A factory can be perfectly efficient. Every machine aligned, every belt optimized, every system running exactly as it should. And yet, something still feels missing. Because factories are not just machines, they are spaces we move through, spaces we experience. And sometimes, the difference between a working factory and a beautiful one is surprisingly subtle. And today, we're going to look at something that quietly shapes the way every factory feels. Light. And by the end of the episode, you might start seeing your factories a little differently. So sit back, grab a drink. This is Satisfactory Design School. For those who are new to the channel and new to the series, Design School is not about teaching a strict checklist. It is about learning how to see your builds differently. Because good design rarely comes from following instructions. It comes from learning how to notice things. The way shapes interact, the way a structure sits in the world, the way a space feels once you step inside it. Creativity is something we all start with. When we are young, imagination comes easily. We build anything, we try everything. But as life gets busier, we slowly stop using it. The creativity never really disappears, it just gets buried. And I genuinely believe everyone has the ability to build something truly beautiful. Sometimes we just need a little help finding that creativity again. Practice helps, consistency helps, and often, all it takes is one small idea to completely change the way you approach your next build. Because design is not about perfection, it is about learning to notice what makes a space feel right. Lighting is often one of the last things players think about when building their factories. A few lamps on the walls, maybe some lights scattered across the ceiling, just enough to see what is happening. But lighting can do far more than just illuminate a space. It shapes how that space is experienced, where your eyes are drawn, where the structure feels alive, and where it feels flat. Walk through the same factory during the day, and then again at night. The machines have not changed. The layout is exactly the same. But suddenly, the atmosphere feels completely different. Shadows deepen, reflections shift. Some areas begin to glow, while others fall into darkness. Light does not just reveal a structure, it changes how that structure feels. Lighting quietly controls three things inside a build. Firstly, heat guides movement. While lit paths naturally draw the player through a space, entrances, walkways, observation areas, places the structure invites you to explore. Secondly, lighting creates depth. When every surface is lit the same way, a factory can feel flat very quickly. But when brightness changes across the structure, layers begin to appear, shapes stand out, edges become clearer. And finally, lighting creates atmosphere. The same factory can feel calm, industrial, dramatic, or welcoming, all depending on how the space is lit. Interior lighting is something I've been leaning into more and more in my recent builds. Earlier in the series, most of my factories were lit almost entirely from the outside. But over time, I started paying more attention to the spaces inside them. Corridors, walkways, observation platforms, because those are the places players actually experience the factory. And when those spaces are lit well, the entire structure suddenly feels more alive. One of the main sources of light I use are display signs. Not just as decoration, but as part of the architecture itself. Soft glowing panels along the walls, light strips guiding walkways, subtle illuminations built directly into the structure. Instead of lighting being something added at the end, it becomes part of the design from the beginning. Light does not compete with architecture, it reveals it. When designing lighting in your factories, try focusing on three simple ideas. Use light to guide movement, let light create depth, and wherever possible, integrate light directly into the structure itself. Instead of adding lighting afterwards, design them into the space from the start. These same ideas appear again and again across the cinematic builds in this world. From the Frank to the Helion, and now the Voltrix. Because good factories are not just machines, they are places. Sometimes the biggest improvement to a build comes from changing how the space is experienced. And lighting is one of the most powerful tools we have to do that. In the next lesson, we will explore something that quietly shapes every structure you build: scale. And the goal this year is to reach 20,000 subscribers. But that only happens with your help, so if you enjoyed the episode, liking, commenting, sharing it with fellow pioneers really does make a difference. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support. I really can't wait to see you in the next one. Ginge out.